Hello everyone, this is JavaScript string method part 2, and in this video we are going to learn the JavaScript string method part 2. So in the previous video we have learned this part, this length to match part, this part we have learned there, and this video we are going to learn the second part, which is this one, from indexOf to the from character code, and this will be we will be learn this in the third part of this video. So we're not getting boring about this, so that's why I have divided this video in the three parts. So I'm going to give you this today is the two second parts about the video. So let's get started this video right now here. Okay, this is our previous JS file and there is our basic HTML file. So we have connected already the JS file. Everything is already connected. So we're going to watching this the live peer review on the browser over here. So this basically this text here and this all this that whatever we are going to do, all this will be shown on there. So this is we have connected there. So this is our previous file. So I'm just gonna uncomment this one. So first step we are going to do this indexOf and the lastIndexOf. So both are the same. So we are going to using this all apply there. So first of all I'm going to provide it here this indexOf and this one this indexOf. The indexOf is basically work for to find the index of this letter and number this which we are going to finding over there. So I'm gonna remove this previous one and inside of this quotation I'm gonna finding this letter, this word which is great, and inside of this I'm gonna provide it and save this file and just go to the browser. There we can see it was written that as the index is 11 and we can see that there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. The Z is starting from this 11. So whatever we want, so we can just find it out. So for example I'm finding is, so now save it. The is mentioned on the 17th line of the index number which is 0 1 2 3. You can just count this one. So this is basically indexOf is counted from this starting value and the last index is count from the this is completely this opposition side. So we're going to writing here this the last index. The last index, the I will be capital and the last index of and this or f of f o. So this o will be also the capital. So there I'm gonna counting this. So I'm just going to make it the easy count. So I'm just going to write this, copy this language and just paste it here and save this. Now back to here. There you can see it was mentioned that this index name is which is 28. So it will be counted from this 28. This we can just count it from here 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 20. So this is you have to count it from this side. Will be get this 20 numbers of this serial. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 16 17 18 19 20 13 and 28. The L is the 28 the number as you can see here. We can just count it easily and this L will be definitely as a 28 of the index. So you can change it. So I'm going to this pasting here this instead of language I'm going to paste only A. So this A character is word, this word is available one there. Now just save it. So now it was mentioned that it was A is available on the last side of this array. This one is A and this is the last index. As I have said that last index is only work for the counting from the last of there. So this A is one this 40 numbers of the index is mentioned there and the 40 is mentioned there. So this is basically indexOf and the last indexOf is work. So indexOf is find from the starting value of the index and the last index of this find from this end of this from the end this from this end of this is letter and is word. It was find the indexOf from there. So this is indexOf and last indexOf work. Now the next is replace method. So replace method is basically to replace any words kinds of word in our string method over there. So any kinds of word or any kinds of letter we can just replace it over there. So I just need to write it here this instead of last index. I just need to remove it and we're going to writing simply the replace. So inside of this replace quotation here instead of a, so we can change any word. So first of all we're going to taking this for the JavaScript. I'm going to taking this word and I'm just going to fill it and then I'm going to replace this word and another word. So we need to make it separate as a comma and then again the double quotation and then we're going to writing this language. I'm going to writing it HTML and then save it, and we're going to see the browser, and you can see instead of JavaScript is a great language, it was printed as a HTML is a great language. So you can see this HTML great language about there. So instead of JavaScript, it was printed as a HTML. So we have replaced successfully this JavaScript to HTML. So now I'm going to replace another one. So I'm going to writing this. So this one is, and then just replacing this is over there, and instead of HTML I'm going to replacing R where is the is available, and this will be replaces with the R. Now save it and just back to the browser. Now you can see JavaScript great R a great language. So this was, you can see this is instead of is, it was mentioned as a R. So this is perfectly replaced as a R. So you are going to make it this whatever you want. You can change it that any type of word of any type of language and any type of word and everything. So this is basically replaces word like whatever this replace we use for. Mostly we see that some of this word Excel, and where we are going to writing something, you want to mistake there, so you want to replace another word. So this is basically work the same way. So the replace also will be work in another process, and will be show some example about it in the future videos about here. So you can also specifically change this later also. So I'm just gonna share with this another one, which is a. So I'm going to remove this is, and instead of a, and I'm going to replace it as a I'm going to replacing CodePrime where is a is available. I'm going to replacing as a CodePrime. So this is when a is of the letter here, and every places, every word we have this a, and this instead of a it will be replaced as a CodePrime. So I'm gonna save this file, and now you can see this Java code. You can see this JA, it was replaced as a CodePrime, VA, and everything it was replaced as a CodePrime. But this is a one thing about this important: when you are going to replacing a later, then it will be work for the first letter of this first word, and which is there. This is, you can see JavaScript, and this was a only, this letter only replace about there. Then you can see this J and CodePrime only here the replacement. Another one, this every places is as it was have, and everything is was there. So you have to understand that when you are going to changing and replacing a letter, then it will be changed only the first position of there. So this position we have this a, and it was changed successfully. So this is the way how the replace function method is work. Now the next one is a trim method. Trim method basically cut it out. This trims basically cut. So when we are going to using some element and subtracts, so we can cut inside from the left side, right side, and center side, and every place we can cut using the trim method. So trim basically work for this. So I'm just going to share with you some example about there. So first of all, let me make it comment, and I'm just going to replace a copy this line and commenting this one, and then I'm gonna writing another variable about there. So I'm gonna take it a var variable, which is var str is equal to. So I'm gonna writing something, I'm just writing a string about there. So I'm just taking first of all the space over there, and then I'm writing here the string, and after this writing is string, I'm gonna writing some more space. So as you can see, there we have a space, and there we have a space. So this is, so I'm gonna writing here this document dot, instead of a we're going to printing for the str. So just paste it here the str and save this file. So now we can see it was mentioned that, but there is no spaces mentioned in the print method. This will be default not work, but we have another method which is basically alert method. So I'm gonna writing this alert method, and inside of this we're going to printing this str. Now save this file, and you can see here the string method instead of this. This is a startup line, and there you can see it was take this all the spaces over there, and this spaces one from the other right side over there. So we can cut this string from the using trim method, this spaces over there. So I'm just gonna writing here simply a string dot. So I'm just going to make it uncomment, and just I need to remove this one, and I need to write it trim. And after writing trim, we are going to make it an inbuilt function. The trim is basically an inbuilt function there. Inside of this we don't need to write anything, the inbuilt function, this will be automatically trim all these spaces from there. And save this file. Now just go to here and load it. Now you can see the spaces is perfect. Okay, this is perfectly but still not removed. As you can see there, as you can see, still the mention the spaces. So we have a mistake over there. Instead of str, we just need to print here this a variable. We have stored it there. This str value we have stored this variable a. Now we're going to alert printing this a1 there. Now save this file and just you can see, okay, still the spaces is have there, it was mentioned there. So I'm just gonna taking some more space so that it can be look perfectly. So there you can see it was still have the spaces over there, and it was mentioned some another text. Reason we haven't stored this value over there, just going to connect it, and instead of string we're going to paste it this str. Now save this, and now it will be mentioned that string, and you can see there is the perfectly all the spaces is removed perfectly. So this is basically trim work to remove any spaces, and this is basically used for the trim method is for the input field like your sign up from wherever you are going to writing the password. So by mistake some customer when you are creating their account, and they can by mistake they are putting their spaces in the input the password from. So this is the shop for making this simplified and making easy for this to getting this all the data stored and everything is perfectly. The trim method is work to remove that all the spaces where the password written, and this remove this all the password, and the password is make it as unified and simplified. So this is the trim method work. Now the next one is charAt, CHAR and capital AT. So we are going to using this function over there. So I'm gonna first of all commenting this line, and there we have this we have this string value over there. So I'm gonna writing this string, and there, and we need to remove this string, and CHAR and A must be capital and then T. The charAt, and it's basically work for the this returning that this or position of the letter of there. So when we're going to return, then identify a index number, whatever this the position of the index, and then it will be written the letter of this or strings that whatever we have, it will be written that value. So for example, I'm gonna writing here this the fourth position of there, the fourth, and save this. Now here you can see it was mentioned and written as a S. So we are going to counting there 0 1 2 3 4. The 4 is S. Now sending here this, I'm gonna writing here the 0, and it should be written the Z. Now just back to here, we can see it was written as a Z. So it means the character is work, charAt, this is work for the position finding, and where you are going to providing the position identification, and then it will be written the position value of the string is available there. Whatever you are going to writing this will be written there. The next method is the charCodeAt and the fromCharCode. And so this is today is the this two function method is the last. This two method is the last part of this or for today videos part. This part number 2 and the last method of this two code, the charCodeAt and the fromCharCodeAt. So before going to learn this charCodeAt and the fromCharCodeAt, so you must be learn about that ASCII code. So ASCII code is basically learn this, identify this each of this keyboard we have written some number and the letters, and there's some specification thing that each one have a ASCII number. So this is basically you know that binary, octadecimal, octa, hexa, and ASCII and so much more. You can learn it every code. This every number you have this binary code and octa, hexadecimal. So each of this code is mentioned there, and there you can see this some later about this. So if you are going to writing this some ASCII code for the capital A, it is 65 decimal, and octa is this 102, and hexa is there is 42, and there you can see the small letter also does have the ASCII code. So A is capital decimal code which is 97, and this basically the character code and fromCharCode, it will be basically show us the value of this basically the decimal code, it will be display us, and this is just decimal about there. So we're going to learn this every process about it. So you can search it on the Google also like this the ASCII code table or ASCII table code and ASCII character code, whatever you see, you will be get like this type of table and chart there. So let's back to the code studio. So now we're going to writing here the first of all, so which is the charCodeAt. So inside of this C is AR, and the character code C must be the capital, and the at is already we have this A capital about there. So now when we're going to writing this character code, the decimal number, and it will be display as the character code about there, so which is the mention about it, and this will be definitely displayed over there. So first of all, I'm gonna writing this character code number 1, this character code add, and there we can see this is 97. It was mentioned that which is Z basically Z have the character code which is 97. So here we have this 1, so this is basically a small a. So this is 0 and 1, so I've counted mistakes about there. The counting which is the 1 is basically 0 1, and the 1 position we have a small a, and the small a character code, as you can see here, the decimal code is 97. So you can choose the some more one, so I'm gonna writing here like this 100 and save this file. So there we have none because we haven't any 100 position of this character inside of this, we haven't there, so it was mentioned as a none, so this will be not work. So I'm gonna writing like 10. So save this file and we're going to see that 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 is basically capital Z. So we're going to first of all counting this the capital Z about there. So there is capital Z, it is 47. Okay, so it is decimal number is 71. Now just go back to our browser. Okay, it was mentioned there as 32. So I think I have some. Okay, we get it. It was mentioned that 32, so it was counted as a spaces over there. So like we can see the code editor there. So here this instead of C over there we have an space, and for the space the character code is mentioned there. There you can see for the space character code is mentioned that decimal which is 32. So it means it will be calculated and corrected this all this word. So and this is of this like a special character also will be counted there. So as you can see this all the keywords and all the counted and everything will be counted there. So like we're going to do some another example. So I'm gonna 10 11 and this is 12 which is our character. So I'm gonna writing 12 and save it and just go to here. There we can see 12 which it was mentioned that 114. So now we're going to matching this, so which is the small r. Okay, this is a small r, it was 102, and let's see what is mentioned there. It was mentioned that 114. So this 114 is basically, you can see here, this is a small r and this is the decimal number is 114. So it just perfectly matches. So this character code at this was perfectly working. So now we're going to do that next one, which is the from character code. So this is from character code, we just need to add a from. Now this is basically work for this number letter. So there is for this function is from character code, we don't need any string method. So for example we can hide it simply and we can just import there any type of number hashtag from character code and this letter, any type of thing, and this will be completely display as the number and the letter, and whatever we have this, if we provide number it will be display letter and the code and everything it will be provide us. So for example I'm gonna writing which is a small a and save this file. For this small a we're going to matching this. First of all for the small a the decimal number is 97. Just back to here and it should be mentioned as, okay, it is not mentioned. Okay, we have a small mistake there, this character C must be a capital. Now save this file and just go to back. Okay, just save it. Okay, we have to remove this add from there because the from character code it is mentioned that this from the character code, so you can count it 1 to 3 whatever you want to count it from the starting and the initial value. So this will be display one there. Now save this file and just go to back from here. Okay, this is not working. The reason is this, the from character code it's have a default function and the default method which is directly string method. So there we have the small s. I just need to connect it as a capital S. Just remove this S and make it capital S and save this file. Now we can see it was mentioned something like this, a box is about there, and we can see for the two this is basically STX boxes decimal number, so it is not valuable for writing for the decimal. So we're just going to back to this code studio and we're going to making some another value that which is we know already the value about it. So I'm gonna writing this 97 and it's basically a small a So let's say that you can see it is mentioned that small a, and then I'm going to writing here this 102 and save this file. Now it was mentioned that it is small f. When we're going to matching this, it is really small f or not. This small f, the decimal value is 102. It was perfectly matches. So it means the small this character code and the from character code is perfectly working, and you can using this for, and we're going to use that example in the future videos about it. The character code basically identify when we're going to providing a method about there. This must be required a variable storage of a string and whatever you want to index about there. So this for the character code that it's dependent one there, and the from character code it's no need any string about there. It's the default function object, which is the default method is string method. And when you are going to provide this from character code, this what the method you are going to writing for each of the number digits and the character, it will be display the same one. This every decimal number, it will be display the value of this. So I hope you understand all the process about this, and if you understand this every process, you can give us a like about this video, and if you want to get more videos just like this, you can subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any updated like this video.